At the Games, sponsored by GMC, we are professional grade.
Our local men's hockey players have hit the ice in Milan for the very first time.
Yep, super exciting. Let's check back in with our Corey Miller. Corey, how has Team USA been settling in?
Yeah, guys, a lot of excitement in the air here in Milan. The NHL players have arrived. Their season now suspended for the Olympic break, and they are ready to represent their home countries. Let's take a look at some video from yesterday. Team USA on the ice practicing. That includes, of course, Matthew and Brady Tkachuk and Clayton Keller, all from our area. Some exciting news for Matthew as well. He's an alternate captain on the team. Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs, courtesy of Phoenix, Arizona, is the captain. Now, we got to talk with Matthew yesterday as well. Here's what he had to say about the Olympic excitement.
I think it kind of means the world. It's really like a whirlwind of emotions. Flying here this morning, hanging out in the village all day, and then getting fitted for our clothes, and just meeting athletes, and then coming here and practicing. And now it's all like, oh my gosh, like day one's over. Like it's kind of crazy. So, really enjoying the experience so far and having a lot of fun.
So Matthew mentioned the Olympic Village. A lot of times when NHL players or Summer Olympics, NBA players come, they are very famous, and so they'll get to go in other hotels outside the village. But Team USA men said, no, we want to stay in the village. We want the whole experience this time. And a fun note, Matthew and Brady, the two brothers, rooming together in the Olympic Village. It just makes sense. I'm sure they're going to make a lot of memories over these next couple of weeks.
I'm sure their mom is so happy. I'm just thinking of their mom in that instance. She'll be so proud.
Either they're going to get really sick of each other or they're going to love it.
Yeah.
Corey, what other Blues players are there, and what teams are they playing for?
So there's going to be 5 Blues players also to follow. Jordan Binnington, probably the most notable for Team Canada in net. That goalie for Team Canada gets a lot of grief thrown their way if things don't go well. Colton Parayko also playing for Team Canada on defense. Also Pius Suter playing for Switzerland, Dalibor Dvorsky for Slovakia, and Philip Broberg for Sweden. So you've got a ton of St. Louis connections to watch on the ice in the men's tournament for sure.
So much to get to, Corey.
Yeah.
How does that exactly work? Michelle and I were just trying to figure that out.
Oh, what do you mean? I'm sorry.
Well, how do they get to play for other teams? Like, how does Jordan Binnington get to play for Canada? Does he have a connection to Canada, or are people saying, okay, I got to get on a team for the Olympics?
Yeah, Jordan Binnington is from the Toronto area. I think it's Richmond Hills outside of the Toronto area. So he's a Canadian native, so is Colton Parayko. So they're lacing it up for Team Canada. And I know the St. Louis folks are going to be rooting for Team USA, of course. But when they're not playing each other, I think Blues fans are going to be rooting for their guys and their home countries as well.
Yeah, definitely. We stick with our people.
Oh, we knew that about Jordan Binnington.
Yeah, we did. Corey, first day of the 4:30, we're still waking up. Thank you, Corey.
The Medal Count is sponsored by Ford.
At the Games, sponsored by GMC, we are professional grade.
Welcome back at 5:10. The men's hockey tournament is finally underway at the Olympics, what a lot of people have been waiting for.
I know. Corey Miller is here to tell us about all of our Blues connections. Hi, Corey.
Hey guys, good morning in St. Louis. Of course, we've been talking about our St. Louis natives playing hockey here in the Olympics, but we got a lot of Blues players too, and I know St. Louis fans are interested in them, so let's spotlight them. The tournament got started yesterday, and Slovakia's Dalibor Dvorsky was off to a very strong start. He got the game-winning goal for his home country over Finland as they didn't advance, it's just opening round play, but they beat Finland. Philip Broberg in Sweden beat Italy. Pius Suter for Switzerland gets underway today. Jordan Binnington and Colton Parayko, you know about them, they're on Team Canada. Sweden, USA, and Canadian teams are the only 3 teams wholly made up of NHL players. It's the first time in 12 years that NHL players have been able to play in the Olympics. The Blues have that quintet that I mentioned, and Team Canada General Manager Doug Armstrong. That's another cool wrinkle here. I caught up with some of the guys before they left to talk about the pride in representing their country.
The last time all the NHL players were on the tournament was a while ago, so I don't know how old I was back then. But yeah, I know I remember all the best guys playing there, and like I said, whole country's watching, and of course it was a dream, to be in the national team, one of the dreams.
I was thinking yesterday, like you're talking to your family, they're so excited to come over. It's like your family, and then people that kind of were around you growing up that kind of shaped you and formed you as a person and a hockey player, and then all of a sudden you start thinking about the nation of Canada. It's like everybody representing your country, like how cool is that, so it kind of gives you goosebumps, all right?
Yeah, I look at it as more pride than pressure. We understand that the expectations of Canadians is to go there and compete for the medal, the gold medal. I do believe Team Canada, you're right as long as you win, and no matter what happens, if you lose, you weren't right at all. So, but I think that's not pressure. I'm excited about that. I love that type of responsibility. But more importantly, the players love that type of responsibility.
Obviously, you did not hear from Jordan Binnington in that soundbite. We'll hear a lot from him coming up in just a bit. Goaltender for Team Canada has to be one of those high-pressure positions of the entire Olympics. The whole country really looking at you very hard. And Binner's not had a great season for the Blues, but in the big moments he steps up. We'll talk about him in a little bit, as well as the Tkachuk boys, of course. Team USA getting underway late tonight in Italy and Latvia. That's about a 2:10 puck drop for the United States and Latvia here to start off the Olympics. So a lot of hockey, a lot of excitement here in Milan.
Corey, I was actually going to ask about the Tkachuk brothers and if we know whether they've gotten in a fight yet. They're rooming together.
Hey, here's the thing. There's no fighting in the Olympics. You're not allowed to. You get kicked out if you try to fight in a game. So they're going to play their style. They play tough. There's little skirmishes. It's going to happen. But no fighting in the actual games or you get kicked out. USA can't afford to lose them. They're two of their best players. So everybody's going to have to play just a little bit different maybe here under the Olympic spirit of things.
I think she was talking about in the dorm or in the Olympic Village when they go back to their rooms.
Yeah, since they're living together. But that also is really interesting. Yeah. Has that always been a rule at the Olympics?
Yeah, to my knowledge, it's always been a rule, and I know it is this year for sure. And folks who watched the Four Nations last year when the United States and Canada duked it out and fought like 5 times in one game, not going to be quite like that this time because of the new rule, but still going to be a lot of intensity out there and a lot of responsibility, as Doug Armstrong said, for all the players representing their countries.
Well, and I know that us Americans and St. Louisans love a good punch on the hockey rink, so that'll be interesting to watch.
Bummer. Yeah. Hey, Corey, just to let you know, I'm sure you know, but if you turn around, there's a pizzeria right behind you.
Oh, I know. Why do you think I set up here this morning, Michelle? I have plans for after the show.
Okay. Could you actually eat a piece of pizza during our 6 o'clock hour? That'd be amazing. Just a thought for a prop, Corey. We won't make you do anything you don't want to, but whatever.
I'll work on it.
Thanks. It's not like you're doing enough right now. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon.
At the Games, sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade.
Blues goalie Jordan Binnington is taking the ice today for Team Canada at the Olympics.
Yeah, a lot of hockey today. So Corey Miller joins us again to tell us how Binnington is a part of one of the most under-the-microscope pairs at the Olympics. Corey.
Yeah, guys, there might not be any 2 high-pressure positions that have the most pressure to them than goalie for Team Canada and general manager for Team Canada. Well, the Blues have both of them in Jordan Binnington and Doug Armstrong. Canada gets underway against Czechia later today here in Milan. And Binnington is under the microscope, that's for sure. It has not been a great year for him with the Blues. He sits near the bottom of the league in goals against average and save percentage. However, in big moments, Binner always shines through. Remember the Stanley Cup? Yeah, I know you do. Remember Four Nations last year? Yeah, he was great there and helped Canada beat the United States. You cannot count him out in big games. And guess what? Excuse me. And guess what? Binnington is also 12-4 in international competition throughout his career. Here's Binnington and his GM about meeting the Olympic moment.
growing up on the streets in Richmond Hill and Toronto, and just fell in love with the game of hockey and watching Team Canada play and have success, and just imagining what it would be like.
There's doubt when you're not playing to the level that you're accustomed to playing, but when we talked as a management group and brought the coaches in, he has that trust factor, and that goes a long way, that mental toughness that he has.
We've obviously had some success together, so I got a lot of respect for him and how he goes about things, and I'm proud to go and play hard for him.
I would say his resume has earned him this right, and what he gets to do is go prove everybody why he's Jordan Binnington in Milan.
Canada and Czechia will play at actually 9:40 a.m. St. Louis time. Now, you may be wondering, when is Canada and the United States going to play each other on the men's side? Well, it's not like the women. On the women's side, Canada and the United States were in the same group, so they got to play in the preliminary round. It's not the same for the men. Two different groups, so it could be a while, maybe even the gold medal game if both teams make it there, that Canada and the United States would match up on the men's side.
Oh, that would be amazing if it was the gold medal game. Corey, how excited are you to go watch men's hockey later today and experience all that?
Yeah, we've been talking about it a lot. The women's games have been awesome. I've been waiting for the men's games too. USA and Latvia tonight, 9:10 start time here in Milan. So it's a late one back here. Decent time for you guys back in the States to be able to watch. But very excited to see Team USA on the ice, see how they look in Canada earlier.
All right. Hey, Corey, real quick. I'm just noticing so much stuff going on in the background there. Where are you exactly this morning?
Yeah, I'm on a side street here in kind of downtown Milan, sort of near the Duomo, which you've seen quite a bit here. It's a little, it's not really raining, but it's wet everywhere, so I'm just trying to kind of be covered a little bit, and I found this cool pizzeria behind. Well, you can't see it right now because there's a big truck behind me, of course, but everybody's moving around, going about their business. A lot of tourists in the area, trams passing by. Pretty much everywhere you go around here, people are flying around. Very busy, very kind of energy, fun city to be in.
Yeah, I bet. I can't help but look at, because there was in one live shot, there was a truck that got really close to you.
Well, I was about to say, Corey, that's so brave of you to be on a side street in Italy, because I've been there and they drive insane. Mm-hmm.
Everybody has been very nice that's walked up to me today. Journalista, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, see, that is me. I don't know if they all know where St. Louis is, so I just say America, and that usually does the trick.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people are walking behind you and pointing at you or waving to the camera, which you can't see when you're doing your live shot. But I'm like, oh, I wonder where he is this morning.
Oh, that's so fun. Thank you, Corey. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Coming up today in Milan, finals for the men's snowboard.
It's hard to imagine a more magical start to the Olympics for the Tkachuk brothers. Matthew assisted on Brady's goal, the very first of the Olympics for the United States, as the Americans went on to beat Latvia 5-1. I caught up with a pair of St. Louis natives after the game. Not only do you get to play in your first Olympic game, your first Olympic memory on ice is an assist and a goal with each other. Just take me through that moment.
I don't know, to say you can assist on your younger brother's goal in the Olympics. It was a sick shot too. First goal for our team. Really, really, really special.
And for it to work out the first one, it was special. And know that there's going to be many more to go, and just keep building off this effort.
But for this to be our first one, we're trying to take everything in, trading pins. I'm way ahead of him right now. But we're having so much fun, meeting so many great people from other countries, the U.S., everybody in the U.S. in our village, like the speed skaters, short track, figure skating, ice dance. We're meeting them all. We're hanging out with them all.
Probably a lot of watch parties at OB Clark's back during the next couple weeks. What would you want to tell the folks back in St. Louis who are going to be rooting you on?
Yeah, well, I'll go then you can. For everybody watching back in St. Louis, we feel your support. We get your messages. We see the videos. Keep sending them more in. We want to hear all about it, and we want you to know that we're going to bust our and do everything we can to represent you and the millions across the country and compete our off. So keep giving us the support, and we're going to try to keep doing our job.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the city of St. Louis and so many great people there. And for the people at OB's, enjoy the Brady Special. Bacon cheese pizza, toasted wraps, dirty wings.
And wear your red, white, and blue for the next 2-3 weeks. Free pass at work, wherever. Wear your red, white, and blue.
It will be a busy weekend for the Tkachuks and the rest of USA hockey. They play Denmark on Saturday and Germany on Sunday. Reporting from Milan, Corey Miller, 5 on your side.
At the Games, sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade.
The men's hockey team got off to a flying start against Latvia.
It really was such a great game. Corey Miller was there and joins us live from Milan to tell us all about it. Hi, Corey.
Hey guys, good afternoon from Milan. After all the talk, after all the hype and all the waiting, we finally got to see this men's United States hockey team in action last night, and they did not disappoint. And surprise, surprise, a couple of St. Louis boys were right in the middle of everything. Let's pick up the highlights from last night. Matthew and Brady Tkachuk leading the United States team out onto the ice, and even better, they had the very first moment of the game for the U.S. Matthew to Brady for the goal. The brothers assisting and scoring on the very first goal for the United States team to open up the tournament. Doesn't get any better than that. USA went on to beat Latvia 5-1. In the first Olympics with NHL players since 2014, the Tkachuk boys are soaking in every moment. They're attending other events, they're collecting the pins, they're getting to know other athletes from all over the world. I caught up with Matthew and Brady after their big moment.
Yeah, we're trying to have as much fun as we can with, not taking away from the ultimate goal, and that's, taking care of business and doing the best we can and ultimately winning here. So, but we are loving the whole village life. We're loving the whole Olympic experience. It's my 10th year in the league. It's his 8th. This is our first opportunity at it. Unfortunately, there should have been a few before, but for this to be our first one, we're trying to take everything in, trading pins. I'm way ahead of him right now, but we're having so much fun, meeting so many great people from other countries. The U.S., everybody in the U.S. in our village, like the speed skaters, short track, figure skating, ice dance. We're meeting them all. We're hanging out with them all. Playing cards. It's been a great time.
How much are you loving this?
Oh, this is, a dream come true. Truly is special. There's really no words. It's just every day brings something new and something fun and something that we'll have forever.
It was really fun to get Brady and Matthew together for that interview after that first game. You can check out the entire thing on our YouTube channel. A lot of fun stuff, especially a message at the end. I asked them what they wanted to say directly to St. Louis fans. They said they hear all the support, they're getting all the messages, they love it, keep it coming, wear your red, white, and blue all over the place. They gave a shout out to OB Clark's as well. That's, the hometown local bar there in Brentwood that's got their jerseys on the wall, bunch of watch parties there. Brady said order the Brady special at OB Clark's as well if you really want the full experience. So these guys are living it up, and you might be wondering about Clayton Keller, the other St. Louis native on Team USA men's hockey. He did not play last night. He was a scratch, but Team USA is going to play 2 games back-to-back this weekend. I would expect him to get at least one of those games in the lineup, maybe both. He's definitely going to get his chance here at the Olympics as well.
Awesome.
Very exciting. The Brady special. Now I got to get it.
Special. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Corey.
The preliminary round is over for Team USA men's hockey here in Milan after a 5-1 win over Germany tonight. We saw more spirited play from the Tkachuk brothers, as well as the Olympic debut of the third St. Louisan on this team, Clayton Keller. How did that Olympic ice feel first time?
Yeah, it felt amazing. A lot of butterflies, in a good way, and great group of guys. They made it easy for me to, come in and just try to play simple. It's great to, get the win, and now the real fun starts.
Back on the bench, back on the ice with Matthew and Brady. Maybe the first time since you guys were AAA Blues. Just how cool is that?
Yeah, it's so cool. It's crazy to, think of how far we've come, and they're 2 great guys, players. Can't say enough great things about them, and their leadership. I could go on and on. So just great to be back with them and share the bench with them too.
It's just such a great story that. I know the St. Louis AAA Blues organization has been so influential in our lives, and the people that coached us and just mentors throughout the program. And I know, speak on behalf of us 3, we wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for the amazing people at Blues organization.
How much do you try to set the tone with your game? It's a physical style. How much do you kind of want to set that tone?
Honestly, it's just kind of my mindset has always been, how can I help this team? How can I, we're representing this awesome country, and how can I I guess, wear that patriotic sleeve every single day because, for every shift, it's you're playing for your country, you're playing for so many people, and I just want to give absolutely everything I have for them.
The United States will now play the winner of Sweden and Latvia in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Reporting from Milan, Corey Miller, 5 on your side.
Good. At the Games, sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade.
Well, it was another strong night for the United States men's hockey team, and of course, it had a spirit of St. Louis.
Our Corey Miller is joining us now with more. Hi, Corey.
Yeah, hey guys, it was another late night here in Milan watching USA men's hockey, but it was all worth it because they wrapped up preliminary round play with a 5-1 win over Germany. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from last night. The USA came out a little bit slow to start, but it was all right because Austin Matthews scored 2 goals and Connor Hellebuck stopped 23 of 24 saves in the eventual 5-1 victory. The United States finished the prelims undefeated and will be the 2nd seed in the quarterfinals. Canada is the number 1 seed. Last night was also the Olympic debut of Swansea native Clayton Keller. The Utah captain was a scratch the first 2 games, but saw the ice last night and reunited with his AAA Blues teammates Matthew and Brady Tkachuk. I caught up with Keller post-game. Is it tough to watch those first 2 chomping at the bit, wanting to get out there?
Yeah, for sure. I think, that's the mentality that all of us have is, you always want to play, you always want to make an impact. And, I think sometimes watching isn't, the worst thing. You see more plays, things like that. So it's great to be in there today to try to, like I said, keep it simple and have a lot of fun.
Back on the bench, back on the ice with Matthew and Brady. Maybe the first time since you guys were AAA Blues. Just how cool is that?
Yeah, it's so cool. It's, crazy to, think of, how far we've come. And they're 2 great guys, players. Like, can't say enough great things about them. And, their leadership, I could go on and on. So just great to, be back with them and, share the bench with them too.
I mean, it's just such a great story that, I know the St. Louis AAA Blues organization has been so influential in our lives, and the people that, coached us and just mentors throughout the program. And I know, speak on behalf of us 3, we wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for the amazing people at Blues organization.
Good to finally see our trio of St. Louis natives on the ice together for USA men's hockey. Let's talk about what comes next, though. So, the USA is going to play the winner of Sweden and Latvia in the quarterfinals. That game will be on Wednesday. Like I said, the United States, the 2nd overall seed moving forward. Canada, the number 1 overall seed. They scored more goals than the United States in the prelims, so they get that top seed. It could be a very tricky quarterfinal test, especially if Sweden wins. They are maybe the 3rd most talented team in this entire roster, or in this entire tournament, but because of how things shook out, they have to play a sort of play-in game to get to the quarterfinals, and it is win or go home at this point. No more excuses. The United States has to win out, has to win 3 more games to take home that gold medal. Almost for sure, it's going to be Canada in the gold medal game. The United States hoping to get there to meet them.
Ooh, that would be amazing. Corey, we were talking earlier. I almost saw Brady Tkachuk almost getting a little fight, but we know that that's against the rules. Mm-hmm. You said someone was kicked out yesterday, though, because they fought, right?
Yeah, so it is against the rules to fight in Olympic hockey, unlike in the NHL where, you'll get a penalty, but you don't get kicked out of the game. Yesterday, in the Canada versus France game, Canada was really taking it to them. They won 11-2. It was a blowout. But at the end, Tom Wilson for Canada got into it with a French player. They fought. They got kicked out. You can't come back in the game. They can rule that they want to suspend you more. I don't think that's going to happen in this case because it's the Olympics. It's supposed to be the spirit of the whole thing. You're not supposed to be fighting. So, no. But you can play like Brady Tkachuk plays. Total one-man wrecking crew, according to his goalie Connor Hellebuck last night. No fighting, but Brady is laying the lumber. He plays hard, he hits hard, and the other team knows he's out there.
Yeah, that's wild.
No fights, but we're going to hit you like lumber.
Exactly.
Lay out like lumber. All right. Thanks so much, Corey.
At the Games, sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade.
Welcome back. 5:41 is the time right now, and men's hockey is now into the win or go home phase at the Olympics. This is the big league.
This is it. All right, let's check in with Corey Miller for an update on how our St. Louis Blues players are doing in Italy. Of course, we want to win. We don't want to go home.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about Team USA, but the quintet of Blues here at the Olympics representing their home country have been right in the mix of everything. Let's talk about them, and we got to start first with Dalibor Dvorsky, the young forward for Slovakia, maybe having the best tournament of any Blue so far. He has 2 goals, one of them a game-winning goal against Finland, and then another one was a huge goal late against Sweden. Didn't win that game, but it was good for goal differential and helped Slovakia win the group, give them a bye into the quarterfinals. Pius Suter also has 2 goals in 3 games for Switzerland. Philip Broberg and Sweden, they play Latvia today, trying to advance to play the United States. And of course, the Canadian pair are on a powerhouse team. Jordan Binnington has 2 wins for Team Canada, and Colton Parayko and him are on the top-seeded team heading into the quarterfinals. I caught up with the pair to ask them about their Olympic experience.
Really doing, trying my best to. You know, it goes by fast. Obviously, we're 8 days in here, and just remind myself to stay with it, enjoy it, and put that work in every time on the ice, leave it all out there. And I'm happy my family's here, and I'm grateful for them. Hopefully they have a good time, and that's it.
Yeah, trying to as much as possible. Obviously here for hockey for the most part, that's the most important thing. But obviously with some family over here and stuff like that, it's always great. So, but trying to do my best to obviously embrace it. Sometimes just take a deep breath and realize it's pretty cool, it's pretty special, and it's an honor to be here and represent your country. And a lot of things have gone into it. So, yeah, just been great so far.
So let's talk about this tournament now. They're out of the prelims, into the quarterfinals. This time, if you lose, you're done, you go home. Hopefully 3 games left for the United States. We'll talk about them. They got to play Sweden or Latvia. The winner of that game tonight plays the United States on Wednesday. Canada, the #1 overall seed after the prelims because of the goal differential, even though them and the United States both went 3-0. But Canada looks like a powerhouse right now. They have the best player in the world, Connor McDavid. They have the probably second best player in the world, Nathan McKinnon. And they have the best young player in the world, in Macklin Celebrini. They look unstoppable. The United States has looked good. Canada looks great. Would be a great gold medal match. There's a ways to go, but that's what everybody's hoping for.
Well, I don't love, Corey, that Canada looks great and the USA looks good.
Hey, it's all relative. Everybody looks pretty good so far, but Canada does just look amazing. They have the best roster in terms of players in the NHL, but don't count the U.S. out. Of course not. They're fired up. They got the Tkachuk brothers kind of willing them along. They played so hard so far. They've gotten really good goaltending from Connor Hellebuck, and sometimes a goalie can just steal a game for you. So certainly hoping it's USA and Canada, and we at least get to see that. We're going to see it on the women's side and talk about them later this morning, but I'm hoping to see that on the men's side as well.
Wait, and Binnington's with Canada too, right? Yeah. You didn't mention Binnington just now.
Yeah, Jordan Binnington on Team Canada. Of course, we heard from him just a little bit ago, and he shows up in the big moments. His team is so good offensively. He hasn't really had to do a whole lot in net so far this tournament. His offense have scored enough for him that it really doesn't matter what he does on the back end. But if they need him, we know Jordan Binnington is best when the lights are the brightest.
Hey, that's a prime spot to be in if you're a goalie. Takes the pressure off. All right, thanks, Corey.
At the Games, sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade.
All right, you guys, we got a huge game. It's win or go home time for USA men's hockey, and it gets started tonight against Sweden, afternoon time.
I know, so nervous. I know. Oh my gosh. Our Corey Miller will be there. He's joining us now with a preview. I love how it's always like win or go home.
Win or go home.
So much pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's really ramping up today. I'm here actually just east of the Duomo at the Piazza Fontana here in the heart of Milan. And tonight I will be at that game between Sweden and the United States. Really a tough draw for the United States. Sweden might be the 3rd most talented roster in these entire Olympics. They've got NHL stars like Gabriel Landeskog, Victor Hedman, and Blues defenseman Philip Broberg. But hey, that's the cards the United States were dealt, and they'll have to face them tonight. Now, The United States has the Tkachuk boys, of course, Brady and Matthew. Matthew's been off to a great start with 5 assists, most on Team USA. And Brady, well, he's been shooting the puck, passing the puck, or looking for somebody to hit every single second he is on that ice. He's really been the engine driving Team USA when you sit up and watch these games up close. I asked Brady about his aggressiveness and drive during these Olympics. I asked his teammates as well. They're quite impressed.
Kind of my mindset has always been, how can I help this team? How can I, we're representing this awesome country, and how can I guess wear that patriotic sleeve every single day, because for every shift it's you're playing for your country, you're playing for so many people, and I just want to give absolutely everything I have for them.
Yeah, he's just a beast out there. I think everyone on this team has a unique skill set, and everyone's been bringing it. He's just been a one-man wrecking crew, and that whole line's been buzzing. It's really fun to watch.
So it looks like in practice that Clayton Keller, the other St. Louis native on this men's team, will be back in the lineup tonight. He played the last game, his first action of the Olympics. He's been on the same lines in practice. That's usually a good indicator he will be in the lineup. USA and Sweden coming up at 2:10 Central Time in St. Louis. Win or go home. It's starting to get serious here.
It is starting to get serious, y'all. All right. Thank you so much, Corey. We're excited.
Look Who's Turning 5, sponsored by the...
Half minutes into overtime, Corey Miller has the postgame wrap.
Well, the dream almost died for the United States men's hockey team here tonight against Sweden, but this team just found a way. Quinn Hughes' overtime goal lifted the United States 2-1 over the Swedes in the quarterfinals, extending their Olympic chase for gold.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty stressful. Yeah, that was a pretty unbelievable feeling. So couldn't have happened to a better guy. One of the best defensemen in the NHL, and stepped up massive for us.
I just think it doesn't matter how many superstars or how skilled your team is. These teams are going to work crazy hard. The desperation level is extremely high.
Oh, it's such a relief. It's such a relief. You're still alive, still one step closer to getting the goal that you came here to do, which is the gold medal. And so it's a huge goal by Quinny there, and he's been great for us all tournament.
Ride the wind, ride the wave. Just keep going with it. It's one of the greatest moments in my entire life. This is one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, being on this team representing this country, and I don't want it to end, so really want to win the next one.
Team USA will now face a red-hot Dalibor Dvorsky-led Slovakia team in the semifinals with a trip to the gold medal game on the line. Reporting in Milan, Corey Miller, 5 on your side.
At the Games, sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade.
Okay, so the hockey action is not over in Milan. Today we know that the USA men play for a trip to the gold medal game. You're going to see that right here on 5 on your side.
Oh yeah, we're just getting started.
I know.
We're just getting started with this guy right here. Our Corey Miller is live in Milan with a preview of another big game. Corey, what's up?
Yeah, hey guys, the last 2 hockey games I've seen here in Italy, the United States has won in overtime with a thrilling finish. Megan Keller last night, and Quinn Hughes for the men in their last game against Sweden. The men will be hoping for some more magic tonight against Slovakia. The United States men will be playing for their first trip to a gold medal game since 2010. Of course, the United States has not won a gold medal in 46 years, going back to the Miracle on Ice team in 1980. Mike Eruzione was in the building for that U.S. women's game last night, by the way. Tough task today in Slovakia, where Blues forward Dalibor Dvorsky has set an NHL rookie record and St. Louis Blues record with 6 points this Olympics. The USA men want to keep on riding their momentum.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, whether you win in regulation, win in overtime, I think for us it's just we're still alive, we're still cruising, and so stay together as a team, build that resiliency, and then just keep chugging forward.
I mean, that's the best of the best right there. That's why play the Olympics. You have to beat the best to achieve everything that you want. So they're a great team, and that was a hard-fought battle.
Ride the wind, ride the wave. Just keep going with it. It's one of the greatest moments in my entire life. This is one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, being on this team representing this country, and I don't want it to end, so really want to win the next one.
So the U.S. plays Slovakia today. Canada plays Finland. A lot of eyes on that game. Sidney Crosby, their captain, their star, captain Canada, got hurt last game. It looked pretty bad, but they still haven't come out and ruled him out for the game yet. We'll see when it comes game time. But Canada and the United States may be on another collision course for a gold medal matchup this time in men's, but the American men have some work to do tonight against Slovakia. It's not going to be easy either. Slovakia has really the breakout, standout team of the tournament, that kind of dark horse that nobody really saw coming, and nothing's slowing them down right now. The Americans will have a tough task.
Could be an upset, huh?
Maybe if Paul puts something out in the universe, then the opposite will happen, you know? Like, maybe we should ask Paul.
What if the Slovaks choke?
Yeah.
That's a question a lot of people are asking.
It is.
Yeah, inquiring minds want to know. That was incredible about the USA women's team, that you didn't know who won in overtime because you're down in the bowels of the stadium, and then you wait for the music, Corey. What music?
Freebird.
Well, I was just going to kind of...
Waiting to hear Freebird.
Yeah.
Waiting to hear Freebird,
Thanks,
you know?
Michelle.
And we just heard a bunch of cheers, and we weren't sure. And like, okay, where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness it's the United States winner. And we get to have a happy post-game chat.
Awesome.
So wait, Corey, also, how much time do you have left in Milan? Are you there until this weekend? What is your status?
Closing ceremonies.
Well, this is the last day I'll get to hang out with you guys in the morning, but I'm here until Tuesday, until I'm flying back. I wish I got to go to the closing ceremonies. It's going to be really special. It's up in Verona at an old Coliseum that's really, really, really old and very intimate. Not a whole lot of people in there. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it. So, yeah, this Olympic flame back here, couple more days to burn, but we're winding down here in Milan.
Wow.
All right.
I'm just going to say, you can stay at the closing ceremonies if you want to. Paul's going to pay for it.
Going to do it? I love the closing ceremonies even more than the opening. So that's going to be good.
There we go.
Absolutely. Great job, Corey.
We'll
Thank
sing a
you.
little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk to you in just a second. Here's what's happening.
For the first time in 46 years, the United States men are back on top in Olympic hockey. It was a thrilling gold medal match here against rival Canada that ended in a 2-1 overtime winner. And 3 St. Louisans have gold medals to bring back home. Okay, guys, you told me you're watching Miracle, growing up, dreaming about this. You're living it right now. How does it feel?
It's hockey's our game. Hockey's the United States of America's game. It's the greatest country in the world. We have, the best support ever. Hundreds of millions of people back home. So many people in St. Louis. Everyone in St. Louis. We could feel the support, whether they're hockey fans or not. Everyone's watching. Everyone better be partying right now. Everyone better be wearing the red, white, and blue for as long as they can. It should be like a month mandate, wear the red, white, and blue.
Been a tough couple of months for you. Have you thought about, your dad during this moment?
Yeah, for sure. I think he'd be super proud, and he's always on my side. I know he was watching, him and my grandpa. So for sure, I was watching and was always a big part of everything that I've ever done. And he had been the one that was the most proud and bragged about it the most.
I think there's something out there where Johnny and Maddie were in their way, sitting by that net and just doing something where those pucks weren't going in, and laughing like they always would. And that's all I can think about right now. And those guys, they should be here. Johnny should be wearing this jersey, celebrating with us tonight.
You not only have that as a reminder, you got that as a reminder too. Did that just show about this game?
I'm lucky I'm from the best country in the world, and we got great dentists there too, so I'm lucky I'm American, and they're going to fix me right up.
What were you feeling getting that medal around your neck here in the anthem? I'm sure you dreamed of that forever.
Yeah, it's hard to put into words. I think just, representing your country and having the opportunity to be here today and what it means to be on this team, I think for all of us, it's I think we all take so much pride in wearing this red, white, and blue jersey and what it means to be an American, and I know I do, and a lot of us have grown up through the ranks of USA Hockey together, and we've had relationships for a while, and now we'll forever be linked as gold medal champions. You hear the anthem, and we sing it together. It's hard to explain.
I mean, I feel on top of the world. Just to do it with all my brothers here, and there's so many people that we could thank. Matthew said everybody in St. Louis, all their family and friends, and I mean, even every first responder, everybody that protects and serves our country, like, this is for them. This is for every American.
Between Brady, Matthew, Clayton Keller, and Joy Dunn on the women's side, that's now 4 gold medals coming back to St. Louis. What a hockey town we have. Reporting in Milan, Corey Miller, 5 on your side.